let's say you're considering buying a film, but you've never seen the film before. It's a blind buy. And you probably do what I do, which is read about the film, look at the trailer, look at some viewer comments on IMDb or on Letterboxd or on both. But what if most or all those reviews are bad? Do you buy it anyway because of the description or because of the label? Well, that brings us to today's episode. This is the Kazdoy Closet. I'm Kazdoy. That's my closet full of all the stuff that I love. And today, a film that got a 5 out of 10 rating on IMDb and a 2.9 out of 5 on Letterboxd and some really scathing comments. But I bought it anyway. Why? And is it really that bad? Let's check it out. Today's film is She Dies Tomorrow from 2020. It's 85 minutes long. Definitely should not be any longer. It's in color. When a young woman believes that she's going to die tomorrow, her feelings start spreading to all the other people in her social circle. So, why did I buy this one? Well, a few reasons. First of all, I found that premise pretty intriguing, and I really like the label it's on, which is Radiance. I've been happy with most of the discs I've bought on the Radiance label. I have maybe about 15 or so. I like their aesthetic. I think they make interesting choices. I grab every limited edition when they go on sale for like really good prices, say about 20 bucks or less. I'll just grab them. And I'm not here to trash Radiance, even though the title of this episode might seem like I'm going to. I'm not. Despite the title, I'm not going to trash them because I really do like them. But having said all that, the first 15 minutes of this film are really going to try your patience. The film meanders quite a bit. We have this woman named Amy who is sort of just staring into space. And that's one of my pet peeves, films with characters that tend to stare into space thoughtfully all the time. I find that really annoying and just kind of a cheat in a way, I guess. But she's also walking around her house in sort of a catatonic state. She's rubbing the walls thoughtfully. She's rubbing the wooden floors. And this is going on. And she's playing the same Mozart piece of music over and over again. It's kind of a depressing piece of music too. So that goes on for about 15 minutes. So if you can hang in there, at that point, another character is introduced. This is her friend Jane. And Amy tells Jane that she's going to die tomorrow. And then Jane starts believing that she's going to die tomorrow as well. Now for the rest of the film, for the most part, the focus shifts between these two characters, Amy and Jane. And then everyone they encounter begin to believe the same thing, that they themselves are also going to die tomorrow. So it's not really a cheery film, as you can probably figure out by this point. But the question is, as you watch it, you start thinking, is this a virus? Can depression or anxiety become contagious? And, nowadays, so many people are on antidepressants. I think I know probably as many people on antidepressants that are not on antidepressants, or they were on them at some point in their lives. And this was made in 2020, so politically they were very anxious times for a lot of people. So while the people are feeling this way in the film, they begin to examine their lives. What regrets do they have? What poor decisions did they make? What about their relationships? Were they really good or not? Should they stay in them, or get out of them? There's also a recurring motif of when people start feeling a certain way, of these flashing colors of red and blue mainly, and then images of, it looks like something like blood cells from under a microscope. And then whispering voices, some rumbling noises in the background. Kind of reminded me of the Paranormal Activity films, that rumbling noise in the background. And then some say some of those images, those surreal images and dreamlike images, are very David Lynchian. That didn't really occur to me while I was watching it, and I'm pretty familiar with David Lynch films. The film did remind me a little bit of the film Safe, which is about a woman who begins to become ill, and she's not sure why. That's a far superior film, I think. But this film can be a little bit pretentious and can really try your patience, like I said. But do these characters actually die the next day? That would be a spoiler, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers here. I already gave away too much about this plot. But my rating for She Dies Tomorrow, I'm going to give this one 3 pizzas, or pizza slices, out of 5. Why pizzas? There's an important moment involving a pizza delivery in this film that's pretty memorable, I thought. It's a thought-provoking film. I was surprised I was thinking about it a couple of days after I watched it, to be honest. I think it's an interesting concept, but a flawed execution of that concept. The writer-director here is Amy Seimetz. She uses her name for the name of the main character, and it's even her house that they're filming it in. She's mainly known as an actress, but she has directed a couple of feature films, and she's acted in various prestige TV series. The cast includes Kate Lynn Sheil playing Amy, and I'm not really familiar with her, but she was been in House of Cards and City on a Hill. A couple of other actors I am familiar with, and I think if you see them, even if you don't know their names, you're gonna recognize them. One is Jane Addams. She was in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. She was in the film Sick and various TV shows and series. And Chris Messina is another recognizable face. He was in the film Air. He was in The Boogeyman and the TV series Sharp Objects. So what's on this disc? This is a Radiance disc, like I mentioned. This is Region B. It is a limited edition, so it comes with this strip down here, and it also comes with the booklet, which is about 25 pages long. Some of the booklet's really interesting. Some of it written by, I think, a psychiatrist, and I thought was a bit of a stretch, some of the stuff that psychiatrist was writing about, analyzing this film. There are various interviews, and there's a visual essay. They run about 15 to 20 minutes or so each. So where can you see She Dies Tomorrow? Well, you can buy it, you can rent it, and it's also on Tubi, which is free. If you don't know that yet, you can get the Tubi app, and it's totally free. You see movies and TV shows with commercials. So feel free to leave a comment or suggestion down below. Have you had an experience where you bought a film, and even though the reviews were bad, but you kind of got intrigued anyways? Leave a comment down below about that if you want to, or anything else. Leave a thumbs up. Don't leave a thumbs down. Subscribe would be great. Share this with your friends and neighbors. Subscribing is free. Also free is we're on Letterboxd under the Kazdoy Closet. There's a link down below in the notes. That's where we leave brief written reviews of other things we're watching that we don't talk about here. Most recently, we watched The Beekeeper, South Park, The End of Obesity, and Girl State, and Hatching. So we're back. We were gone in Europe for about 2 weeks, but now we're back at it. So thank you so much for hanging in there and for watching, and see you next time.